Hello, this is going to be my Project 2 milestone. Let me show that everything from the first one still works. So I'm going to show that it's moving and the camera's tracking. So, moving and the camera's still tracking, I can still look around. Okay. I believe that was the first. Yeah. That was this part right over here. Show that the player can equip multiple weapons in game. Each weapon should shoot differently and show inheritance of code and weapon. Okay. Alright, so let me go. So there are two weapons to the side of me. This one over here is a AK and shoots automatic, and that one's a single shot. So it shoots slower, but it does more damage. So I'm gonna hold this, right? As you can see, the rate's not that fast. But the bullet also travels faster. Okay, so if I run into this, I'm gonna unequip it, right? And then I run back in, equip that. Notice how these bullets are shooting way faster. Okay, now let me show the code for that. Let me go back in here. The weapon. Okay, so my weapon derives from item, right? So let me go back to item. For my item class, I put types in. I put a consumable, weapon, ammunition, default. Default is just what I put for every item, but where is it? Where is my weapon class? I was just on it. Okay. So for the weapon class on start, change the type to weapon, right? And we're gonna have a right hand point and a left hand point. That's for our IK positions. Basically, that's where we're gonna put the player's hands and update them just to make it look that, you know, he's holding the right position on the weapon when he's turning around and shooting, just so it doesn't look like him holding his hands in the air with the gun like in the wrong position, right? And damage done is the damage that the weapon is gonna do to the unit that you're firing at. Okay, so let me go. Where's prefabs? So this is the single shot right over here, right? Where's the rifle? Rifle is something that derives from weapon. And the damage done over here is 35. Fire rate 0.5. And let me go to the AK. Okay, so damage done 20. So like I said, it does less damage per shot. But 0.2 is the fire rate. It looks like that 0.2 is smaller than the 0.5, but in my code that's for cooldown and not necessarily like direct speed, so this is actually faster than the 0.5. And round speed for here is 80. Round speed for the single shot is 100. So these bullets do travel faster. It's just the one thing that this weapon has over this weapon is that it shoots faster. But let me go to the rifle script. So, like I said, rifle derives from weapon, right? As ammo count, and if you run out of ammo, you can't shoot anymore. The bullet, the point that the bullet is coming out of, is shooting is what we're actually going to be changing on exit, and that is the on exit and on use are the two methods that we defined in item. Actually, where's item? Yeah, all the way from item. So every single item is gonna have an on use effect and an on exit effect. So in the case of the rifle, right, on exit is shooting false and on use is shooting true. And we're gonna be switching between those two just so that the player can shoot their bullets once they press mouse 0 or the left button on the mouse, right? So if is shooting is true, so on use, and the shot cooldown is lower or equal to the fire rate, and the ammo count is actually higher than 0, aka you have ammo, decrement the ammo count, and then do shoot bullet, and put the shot down equal to 0. And then shoot bullet over here, we're gonna instantiate the bullet. We're gonna get the bullet data off of that bullet. I'm gonna show you that later. And if the bullet data is actually there, then we can take the damage done on the bullet data and give it this. Where's this damage done? And give it the damage done of our weapon. And the same thing for the travel speed for the bullet data. Where's the bullet data actually? Let me just control click, right? Yeah, okay. So this is the script that's on every prefab bullet. It's gonna have a reference to the game manager and the UI manager, just so that it can, the UI manager just so that it can do damage, right? And change the player or enemy's life bar visually, and game manager because a reference for the UI manager is in the game manager. And we're just gonna grab those on awake, and as soon as that bullet is instantiated, we're gonna start the lifespan, aka we're gonna destroy it, or at least start the timer to destroy it. That's why this is 1.5. And on update, we're gonna make it move forward in the position that it was instantiated in, so it's just gonna go forward. And it grabs energy and player controller with this on trigger enter, right? If the energy is actually there, then we're gonna do this check to see if the to see if what we just hit is the player or not. And if it is the player, then we're gonna do action tracker, aka UI manager receive damage, which is that UI manager defined method. I kind of switched up my UI manager a little bit just so it could accommodate damaging the player and other units in a specific way. Actually, let me show that. So these right over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, they all have these same 3 parameters. So the energy that it's gonna affect when you receive damage is gonna affect, you know, player energy or something else. The damage that it's gonna do, and is this the player, right? So if it is the player, then it's immediately gonna take the damage value out of that player's health, and it's gonna update the UI that the player has on it. And same thing for if it doesn't, if it's not the player, except it's not gonna update in the same way for the UI health bar for the AI. Same thing with the heal. Then there's stamina and regen stamina over here. Action ready is just to check and see if you can perform an action, aka if you can run, if you have enough stamina to run. Where was I? Wait a second. Okay. I think I went over inheritance, go weapon classes. Yep, showed that. And the shoot. Inverse kinematics, show in game that the moving with the weapon moves the character's hands. Okay. So, probably gonna have to close in here so you can be closer. You can actually see everything going on there. Okay, let me get this. Pause. Okay, so we got the right hand on the trigger and the left hand holding the what is that, the barrel? Yeah, the barrel of the gun. And as I move around, my hands are going to follow those 2 points. That's the left hand point and right hand point that I was talking about. And we set those on the weapon itself for each of those. So let me go to this single shot weapon prefab. The RH point is right there. And the left hand point is right there. So the way we set that is we just we use on animator IK, and we also move these 2 empty game objects to the points that we want just to make it look right. And on animator IK is in the pawn. Where's the pawn? Okay, so basically this updates our IK position so that our hands can follow the right place. But if we don't have a weapon at all, then, you know, release the player from their imaginary weapon burden because you don't have a weapon. So it sets those weights for the right and left hand positions and rotations to 0 if you don't have one. But if you do have a weapon, right, for right hand point, it'll set the weight to 1 for that, and it'll link up that weapon's right hand position, right, so that you can so that your right hand can follow that. Same thing with the left hand over here, right? And if not for either of these, it's going to do what I did over here and release you from your imaginary weapon burden and just set it to 0. Okay, let me see here. Pickups, show in the game that a player can pick up a weapon by walking over it. Show in the game that a player can pick up a heal pack. Okay, I think you've already seen that I can pick up a weapon. Okay, I should probably show the pickup class first. So, like with the weapon, the item class and the weapons, right? There's polymorphism and inheritance here. So, pickup is what I define for weapon pickup and health pickup. Basically, in pickup, we're just going to spin. We're going to rotate by our spin rotation, and that's put on the pickup object itself, just so that every frame it looks like it's like, you know, spinning in place, kind of like a cliche weapon in a video game. But on trigger enter, the receiver pawn defined over there is going to be its game object is going to be put into the on pickup. And on pickup is different for weapon pickup and health pickup. So in weapon pickup, it makes you equip weapon, right? And it destroys the game object afterwards. Because once you collide with the pickup object, it gives you the item, and then it destroys the object that was holding the item. Okay. And then health pickup over here. Okay, let me explain consumable first. So consumable derives from item, right? It is basically our health pack. There's the heal amount on it, reference to the UI manager game and the game manager. And on use for this is going to be heal damage. To heal rate is just going to be our energy on this. And then the amount of heals you for, and true is, you know, this is the player that just collided with this. That's what that means. So that's basically a health pack up here. And on pickup for health pickup is going to grab the energy, and also it's going to take that health pack to heal and set it to and set it as energy to effect, right? And if the agent is null, aka if this thing that just collided with this is the player, and the player's health is lower than, you know, max health, they can actually heal, and it's not just for no reason, then we're going to use our item. We're going to do the on use effect, and we're going to take the health pack from the pawn and unload its listeners afterwards, just so that we don't have, you know, empty listeners that aren't doing anything after we use the item, and then we're going to destroy the pickup. So, let me show you here. You may have noticed at the start that there are apples over there. That's my health pickup, right? And one more thing. This is a part of my my new mechanic that I've done. Okay, so if you've noticed from the previous video, the circle underneath me used to be green, right? And now it's red. So I put in this thing in the UI manager that calculates the percent of the player's health, and if it's below 30%, it'll be red. If it's above 30% and below 70, then it's yellow, and if it's above 70, then you're green, right? So, and that's a thing for the AI too. That's not just the player, but I'm just gonna show that these can heal me, right? So I started at, wait, how much health did I start at? Actually, let me go back. Okay, so I changed, instead of setting it to max health on start, just for testing purposes, I set the player's max health to 20, and this is the new mechanic calculate that I was talking about, right? So it just determines the health color range off of that unit's health percentage. These are different colors right over there. Okay, so it started at 20. Now let me look at my health, just so you can see that it changed. If it'll even show me. Ah, dang it. Oh yeah, it's private. Oh my god. Probably gonna have to put in a debug here just to show that. Okay, but let me just show that it's, and it turns green if I'm above 70, but I don't think I'm full health, so let me, yeah, I'm not full health. Okay, alright. Okay. So you're seeing the inheritance of that. Let me just put a debug and update, because why not? I'll take it out soon after. It's just to show you. Okay, so debug. Player. Just so you can see that it's changing. Alright. So, redo. Let's wait for this to update. Okay, so player health 20 right there, right? So, let me change this. 55. 90. Yeah, I knew I wasn't full. I didn't remember how much the apples healed for, but I knew I wasn't full. Alright. And then 100, right? Okay, so let me pause this right here. Okay, so the pickups work. Inheritance, yeah, I've been explaining that throughout the whole video, so UI for player health. Show that the player health goes down when damaged. Oh, I did the opposite, but I believe that's the same thing. Show the value in inspector matches the value shown through the game. Yeah. Okay, what keeps it up to date? I guess I should show that. Oh wait, no, I did. Yeah, when I was explaining these methods over here, heal damage, receive damage, use stamina, and regen stamina, they're gonna update the visuals to match the actual values of the numbers and the health, right? Okay, so I did explain that. Killable target, show the player can damage an object in the world. when its health is lower than 0. Okay, yeah. And then target respawns over time. Let me just go over the... Oh wait, the bullet data. I explained the bullet data and how it does damage, but I don't think I explained the respawning. So let me see here. The game manager handles that. So I have the list of an array of transforms called enemy spawn points, right? First, when the game starts, it's just gonna do the normal enemy spawn. It's gonna instantiate through those points, right? And I think I have 4 of those. Respawn happens if an enemy dies. It's just gonna instantiate an enemy at a random point in that array that I have up there, right? Okay. So let me show that actually happening. Alright, wait, just so I don't have to look around. Yeah, okay, so I put them over there just so I can find them easy. So let me... What do I want to be my killing machine? Ew. Does more damage. So why not? Let me just... Woo. Okay, so... They die. And they respawn, and I set them to go to that point just so I can show you, you know, and I don't have to go hunt them down. All right, but yeah, they die and they come back every frame drop. Okay, but that's being handled by the game manager. Target respawns over time. Okay, yeah. Well commented, well named, variable scope. Okay, so I think I've been doing a good job of that. I've kept these headers just so I can segment up everything in the game manager. I've also done that with energy, right? I've been commenting just for certain certain functions that, you know, need some kind of explanation to show what they... Because destroy self is pretty self-explanatory, right? It's destroying this object. Weapon pickup is on pickup, and that's one function, so I didn't think I had it to comment this, right? Commented these two over here, but this is pretty much just on pickup too. So yeah, I have been doing that. Boop. AI controller, I commented. But yeah, I think you've seen that throughout the video, so let me... Oh yeah, new mechanic is the calculate health. Just so that, that range that the player's health is at will mimic the color that circle is underneath the player. Great. Okay, so... Oh yeah, and that was it. Okay. Thank you for watching. That is my Project 2 milestone.